Hey, 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 everybody. Happy Saturday. How is everybody doing? Hope everyone's having a great weekend. I am having a good weekend. Actually, have been on kind of like vacation since last Friday. And I just want to give it a second for some people to pop on. Sometimes it takes Facebook a minute. And I also know that sometimes Facebook sets me to private, but I think I'm set to public. Anyway, I'm just gonna give it another minute. Y'all like my new cheaters? I've told y'all before I had to sacrifice when I got my contacts, so either I could see really good close up or really good far away. So, hey Carol, how's it going? Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I still have my granddaughters and I told them Grammy would be back in just a few minutes, and so, you know, when they're young, they don't have a whole lot of patience, so I wanted to get this in really quick while they are both occupied or preoccupied. Anyway, thank you for watching my new to my lives. My name is Lori and I am an advocate for health and wellness, and I love natural solutions. I love plant-based eating, and I love plant-based medicine, if you want to call it that. I don't really like to call it that, but natural solutions, alternatives to traditional medicine. Anyway, I wanted to pop on here really quick and talk to you guys about sleep. I actually posted a question yesterday on, do you struggle with sleep issues? And several people responded that they did, and I know that there's a lot more that do, just based on some research that I've done, that a lot of people struggle with sleep. And I found this really great article, I don't know, a couple months ago that I saved, and it really has a lot of great information. And so what I wanted to do is just kind of share a little bit about just some highlights in this article, and help you to see that there are other ways to get a good night's sleep without using traditional medicine. Anyway, this article, like I said, was really great, so I'm going to kind of read some of the highlights from it that I jotted down. According to the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke at the National Institute of Health, new findings suggest that sleep plays a housekeeping role that removes toxins in your brain that build up while you're awake. I read that and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Did you know that? I had no idea. So that right there told me how important it was that you get a good night's sleep. Because if your brain is releasing and getting rid of those toxins while you're sleeping, that's good. But if you're not sleeping, how is your brain doing what it needs to do while you're awake? It can't, because you're not sleeping. Another thing that the article talked about was that poor sleep is the #1 reported medical complaint in the United States, and it is a serious health concern because it affects so much of our life. It affects our health, our productivity at work. It just affects our life in every way if we're not getting enough sleep. And the average adult needs between 7 and 8 hours of sleep every night. Yet 10 to 30 million Americans regularly don't get enough sleep. That's a lot of people not sleeping. No wonder we struggle during the day, because our brains didn't have a chance to get rid of those toxins, and so we're not functioning at our best performance. We're not able to. It also went on to say that over 60% of American adults report having problems sleeping several nights per week. Over 40 million Americans suffer from more than 70 different sleep disorders. I had no idea that there were that many sleep disorders. That's crazy to me. That's just crazy. Our bodies were meant to rest and to sleep, so that's the time that our bodies heal, right? So I thought that was really crazy that many people are not getting enough sleep, and that there's that many different sleep disorders. Poor sleep, like I said, it's a risk factor for so many serious illnesses. And like I said, I'll post the article, and I think it kind of goes through the different illnesses that are attributed to poor sleep and lack of sleep. I thought this was really interesting too. I was one of these people, but in 2016, a research company did some research to find out how much money Americans were spending on prescription sedatives and hypnotics and over-the-counter sleep drugs. Are you ready for how much they were spending in 2016? $3.38 billion on stuff to help them sleep. I was one of those people. I got to where I was using an over-the-counter sleep aid that uses Benadryl, and now they're doing studies and they're finding there might be a relation to memory loss and Benadryl. So I'm like, man, I'm glad I'm not using that stuff anymore. And so I just thought that was crazy. And this to me was really, really scary, that by the year 2021, the amount of products people are using will increase 4.5% over-the-counter sleep aids. And then this was alarming. 10,000 deaths a year are reported and are directly related or directly caused by and attributed to hypnotic drugs. That's scary, guys. That's scary that we're putting this stuff in our body and to get good sleep when really it's not healthy for us. And so that kind of leads me to what I found that worked for me to help with my sleep, and that's CBD. And I didn't start using CBD to help me sleep because I actually started using CBD for anxiousness and some other things. And I've shared that in some of my previous testimonies. But I also, because I struggled with anxiousness for so many years, I got to where I couldn't sleep well either. And so when I got my first bottle of oil and I took it for the first time, I decided to not use my sleep aid that night. And I took my oil and went to bed, and I woke up the next morning. And I was like surprised, because I thought, well, maybe this is just a coincidence. And I kept using my oil consistently, and my sleep just improved. And so I was really thankful, because not only was it going to help with some other issues that I had, but it was already helping with my sleep that quick. And so scientists are starting to do more and more studying and exploring about the ways to improve our sleep by targeting our endocannabinoid system. A lot of people don't know that we actually have an ECS system, and it was found in the 1990s, and it's actually called the endocannabinoid receptor system, and that's what it is. And its job is to bring homeostasis and to regulate your body. And so if you're not sleeping well, then it's going to bring that back into balance, and you're going to sleep well. If you're having inflammation in your body, it's going to decrease that inflammation and bring it back, to where it lowers the inflammation, or you have no inflammation. And so the ECS system plays a major role in your sleep. And so you actually have what's called CB1 receptors and CB2 receptors that are part of this system. And the CB1 receptor's job is to help with your sleep. But if you're not getting any cannabinoids in your diet, which we quit getting them years ago when they made hemp illegal, then most people are deficient and they don't have enough cannabinoids in their system, and their receptors aren't being able to do their job. And so that just shows you that how important it is for CBD for so many different things, and it can actually help you sleep through the night, which I think is great. And so I have not taken sleep aids in probably a year and a half. Well, I've been on using CBD for at least a year and a half, well, almost 2 years, and I've not used sleep aids. And so I just think that's amazing. And so I kind of like to share a few testimonies. That's my testimony. I know several other people that have told me that their sleep has improved. And y'all guys know I have two of my granddaughters with me, and my oldest one is 10 that's with me. And I was in the hospital when she was born, and she wouldn't sleep, and the nurses just knew they were going to be able to get her to sleep because they say that's what they do every day, so they know how to get a baby to sleep. They could not get this child to sleep. So she's always struggled with sleep issues. And so when she came to visit, I asked her mom, you know, hey, is it okay if I try some CBD with her before she goes to bed at night? And she said, of course. And so we started using the CBD. And now every night when we get ready to go to bed, you know what she does? She brings, I don't have a bottle with me right here, she brings the CBD to me and says, here, Grammy, I need my drops. And she tells me, Grammy, I sleep. When you give me these drops, I sleep. And so that's just been really good to know that it's been beneficial for her and it's helped her because, you know, CBD is safe for all ages. We all have the endocannabinoid system in our body, so it's perfectly safe to give to children. And so I just thought that was really cool. She brings me the bottle before she goes to bed and says, Grammy, I need my drops. And so, you know, if that is you, if you are still struggling with sleep issues and you've tried everything, but you've never considered using CBD, I would love to chat with you and give you some more information. And, you know, people are still learning what CBD is, and a lot of people aren't sure what it is. Some people have tried CBD, said it didn't work. And I always recommend that you really research that product before you purchase it because not all CBD is the same. And there is a lot of stuff out there on the market today that is not pure quality CBD oil. And so it might not have worked for you because you maybe didn't have a good quality oil. And if that is you, I recommend trying it again and trying a high grade quality pure CBD oil, one that is listed on the US Hemp Authority website as having this seal of authenticity that it is a pure, genuine oil. And I'm saying that because I was one of those people too who tried CBD and it didn't work and it wasn't a good quality. And I found out later it wasn't even CBD oil because this website forbids the sale of CBD oil on their website. It was actually only hemp seed oil, so it had no cannabinoids. And so, like I said, if you've tried it before and it didn't work for you, it might have been the brand that you were using and it might not have been a high quality CBD oil. So if you have any questions or if you're curious, I would love to share more information with you. And I'm going to drop that article in the comments so you can have a chance to read more over some of the other information because I kind of just wanted to hit the highlights with you guys. So anyway, thank you for watching as always. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And I have a few more days with my granddaughters and then they go back to Georgia. We've had a lot of fun. I've loved them being here. It's been really great. Anyway, have a great night and a good rest of your weekend. And do me a favor, if you're watching this in the replay, do you mind like hashtag replay so that I can see that you watched it? Anyway, you can private message me with any questions. I'm always here to help. I love helping people feel their best and I like helping people find natural solutions. Anyway, have a great night. Thanks for watching.